coming up. The Knights struggling following their loss to the Broncos. Plus the finals of the Newcastle Rugby League competition. And the Hunter Wildfires women secure a win in the semi-final of the Jack Scott Cup. That's up next. Good afternoon, my name is Conor Glenn McLeod with NBN's local sports news. This afternoon, the Knights struggling following Saturday's loss to the Broncos. Macquarie through to the Newcastle Rugby League finals following a win. And the Hunter Wildfires women secure a victory over their rivals in the Jack Scott Cup. But first, Newcastle Knights coach Adam O'Brien thought his players showed improved resilience, but admitted they have plenty of work to do on their defence after losing 28-10 to the Brisbane Broncos on Saturday night. Newcastle were carved up on the edges at Suncorp Stadium, with all 5 of Brisbane's tries scored out wide. Broncos winger Selwyn Cobbo wreaked havoc on Newcastle's left edge and finished with a controversial hat-trick. The loss still sees Newcastle in 14th position, and of course is not the end for the Knights though. They have a home game this weekend, and of course the Knights women have their first NLW match of the year after that. Proud coach Joey Dadazzle is confident his young Hunter Wildfires women's side will be better for their Jack Scott Cup finals experience and is excited for next season. The Wildfires pushed defending Premier Sydney University to the limit after going down in dramatic circumstances 15-10 in the semi-final at Sydney Uni's number two oval on Saturday. It was the first time the Waratahs have played in the top division finals. To round 16 of the Hunter Rugby Union competition, and Maitland has been beaten by Nelson Bay, as Nelson Bay reunites their finals hopes. Because of that, 2 other games were also played. The Wanderers defeated Singleton 65-10, but it was of course the one which of course stopped it all. Mayweather Carlton defeating the University of Newcastle 25-19. And of course the Hamilton Hawks had the bye.
Him down. There's a bit of an overlap here.
It's Hunter Rugby Union at its very best.
A good piece of play by the University team.
University were the first to score.
Just really playing to their structures, Jared.
Very easy. It was all too easy for him to get down and get that good.
Then,
stepping on the inside, spinning out. Here's Bright.
Good news for Mayweather. They ended up scoring a try of their own,
and good experience shown there by the fly.
with Mayweather Carlton scoring.
Great effort by the big man. We had to get low. University try line defence has been outstanding.
Now a conversion for goal had to be converted, which was successful.
By Luffner, and the flags go up. So it's it up to Price, and now Bright.
Then Mayweather scored their second try.
Sam Bright.
Got himself a double in his 200?
No, it wasn't. No, it was a couple of weeks ago. His 200.
Oh, right, sorry.
Celebrated that.
Then Mayweather had a yellow card and had a player sent away. Despite that, Mayweather managed to score a try and win the game.
Good try there by Fisher. Hands did it. And it was a well-worked move to the short side by the Greens.
Yeah, they made it look easy.
The line plenty of times this year. 10
To round
tries already.
15 of Newcastle Rugby League, and
Cessnock
Maitland
did well.
are through to the Newcastle
But
Rugby
no,
League
ball's gone
finals
down, has it?
after defeating
Referee
Cessnock with
Matheson
a
backing into the
12
in goal.
to
He's
8
gonna give the
win.
first try to Maitland.
It was fantastic
Jaden Butterfield gets
for
across the strike,
it was
barges his
fantastic
way
for
through.
Maitland, who were just too good for
Through
their
round
rivals
15
right
catch-up
throughout
games
the
at Engineering
game.
Cup. The minor premiers Maitland have just snatched the lead. And with the conversion successful from Brockland, that'll be 6 points to 2 they lead.
Cessnock tried everything they could, but it was all too late.
And Jared Anderson levels it up. 6 points all as referee Louis Matheson points to the spot. Saker lines this one up. It'll end up being from 20 in from touch. 14 out. Kicks through it nicely. Win for third place the way things shape as it
Then
is.
Chad O'Donnell secured the match winner for Maitland,
Maitland
securing a 12-8 victory and moving straight into the finals.
Lamb comes in, strikes it well, makes no mistake. Probably just drive the ball up for one hit up, find the ground.
Meanwhile, in the other games, Central Newcastle are also in the finals after defeating the entrants, while Macquarie are also through after defeating Lakes United. South Newcastle are also into the finals after defeating Cully, while Wyon is also in the finals after defeating Western Suburbs. The Cardiff Hawks men and women have secured victories in round 17 of the AFL Hunter Central Coast, defeating Warners Bay twice.
I will ask him if he nodded.
It's amazing
I
in
think that's his first
right
one.
up
And what a ripper
for
it
local
was too.
AFL for the
Great
Hunter
piece of
Central
build-up play, and
Coast.
it looks
It was the
one
Cardiff
from
Hawks
Sharon.
up
Obviously,
against
Sharon's got a
Warners
goal assist
Bay.
and a goal to his name,
He's been
but
great, Deverell. He's done
but
great.
Deverell's done a terrific job on him, similar to what Mitch Gaffney did when the Roosters played here a few
First
weeks
up, it was the
earlier.
men's
Two players
turn.
going at it there. It's the other Deverell, and now it's Pearson. Pearson had a quiet opening quarter, but he's found lots of the footy in the third one now. Now, is that Lashley through the middle? His kick goes towards Sharon. Must have been listening because he's got the footy now, and he could be about to set up a goal to King. King runs in on the goal, and he's done just that.
Done very, very well there, didn't he? Yeah,
Cardiff leading,
Cardiff
leading 57 to 36.
How well Deverell's playing, but that's great for him to chime in and just be in the right spot at the right time, make the right decision, and that stems the flow essentially. What could have been a remonstration there.
So here it is, Pratt.
Then a
and
massive
Davey.
brawl erupted.
And Lauritsen will
And
take
a
a 50-metre
50 and a
penalty.
50,
That's it. Yep, Lauritsen will take the 50-metre penalty.
And also, a few
As the
players
umpires
were sent to the
directed.
bin because of it,
Go with this Warners Bay. They're a physical side.
as Warners
They're a
Bay were
fighting
forced
side.
to have a
They
penalty
will
kick.
Not like their teammates being dealt with like that, especially not by Pratt because he is a feisty customer. There's no doubt. I imagine there's been run-ins here before, but they should walk away, claim this goal, and claim the momentum.
Well, while that scuffle was taking place, obviously we can put Lauritsen down for 2 goals. I can tell you that Deverell and Sharon were the only 2 players to the right of screen standing in that half of the ground. So it was getting fiery there. The margin has
And
been
certainly
trimmed back down to
was.
15 points, is it, Corey?
The ball over. He's been great today. He's been a great servant for Warners Bay.
Then Cardiff
Doesn't
soon
look
had
like the
a
fittest man in the world, but he's still
had a
going
kick
very, very
afterwards.
strong at the end of the day. He's a
They
big,
led
strong
59
bull
to
of a man.
42.
And that's past McDonald and King, so it's going to bounce straight to... I'll miss that player, but now it's Lashley that's going to snap it inside. Went straight through Cerniaskis' hands. The kick by Thompson. Sharon's under it.
That's
and it's a
got
goal.
it.
That is
How
a goal to
about
Thompson.
that?
So
That
he's
is...
And
Sorry,
of
Three
course,
goals,
Cardiff
one. Sorry,
kicked
Cora.
the
I
longest
love the
goal
passion,
in
but I'll just
history,
finish this
yes, please
play.
do. Sorry,
Trent
mate.
Thompson,
with Cardiff
3 goals
now
to his
leading
name.
65
More
to
importantly,
42.
It's the Cardiff Hawks. They've got the momentum now, and they've extended their lead. So Warners Bay, 6 goals, 640 metres out, and then kick a miraculous one from 50 metres out.
And I think Trevor and
The
Sherry
Warners
showed
Bay were not
absolute
done
composure
yet.
not to pounce all over that ball because it had to literally dogleg to get the goal. But Warners Bay, testament to their character and their willingness to
They
keep
still
working.
had one
They've
to
got a shot
go.
at goal now to try and level that up.
So Daniel Deasy, he wants to see this margin go from 23 points back to 17. One of the 5 inclusions for Warners Bay. Puts it on the right boot. It's going from the left and it ends to the right with a goal. So 17 points is the margin now. It is not impossible, Corey Hopper, for the Warners Bay side to run away with this, but they've got to keep this momentum going.
That was absolutely critical for them to be able to respond straight away with a big goal that, an unexpected
It's
goal.
right up in the last
Hutchison has it now,
quarter.
gets the kick just away on his toe. Tyler Ford keeps it in with a banana. Tries to kick it towards Davies. Goes past him and Lashney. Now Brant Job. Handballs towards one of his
Thankfully,
teammates
Cardiff had the ball
Thomas
after that.
tried to wrap it up, and the umpire will ball it up right in front of Warners Bay's goal. Great result for the visitors.
Awesome lead up.
Of course,
play there by
there was a lot
Warners
of
Bay,
good
showing
defence
great
for the
resolve, great
Hawks.
composure. They've got an opportunity here to keep the momentum running their way. A quick kick in congestion, and that's a goal. What a tremendous goal.
That's Lauritsen, I think.
That's Lauritsen, and he's very much a cult hero there at Fane Oval. But what a tremendous time to chime in and kick an opportunistic goal like that. But they did deserve it. They worked really, really hard to get it
But
down
Cardiff
there.
secured a victory.
And that's what Nathan Alex, 30 seconds to go in what has been an absolutely riveting contest.
And of course,
between these two
Cardiff
sides.
kicked
Both
a couple more goals.
deserving of the victory, both hugely deserving of being able to continue their season on for the rest of the year. But it looks as though it'll be the Cardiff Hawks victors at home with the last 20 seconds winding down.
And it
the
certainly
Bulldogs,
was.
rightly so, can feel a little burnt in the way that the season
I
finishes
understand
in
that,
there.
but what I will say about Cardiff, mate, is on Bar TV, at home, we've seen them defeat Newcastle City. We've seen them defeat Maitland. We've seen them defeat Terry.
Also, the buzzer
And
went
here
off.
on round 17, it
Absolutely,
is Cardiff
that's a
Hawks
great
with
point.
another home win, 9-16-70, defeated a gallant
Also,
Warners Bay 8.
Cardiff's finals chances
Well, we were treated
alive.
to a contest.
Weren't we?
What a way to finish
Yeah.
come towards the end of the home and away season.
Huge setup.
Then it was time for the women to come above, with Cardiff securing a 105-0 victory
Or
over
if they were
Warners
able to go
Bay.
down there and kick a goal themselves against this run, what do you think would generate more enthusiasm
Well, I'd
and
go,
excitement?
well, the
A goal.
goal from the spectator point of view, I reckon.
No, but even from the
It was a
players,
goal
what do
for
you think?
Cardiff,
I can't speak on
and of
behalf
course,
of the women.
Warners
If they
Bay
don't
were
kick a goal-
goalless.
If they don't kick a goal for the game, no one gets to talk about that goal that someone kicked.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And they don't want to talk about the goal. I can tell you right now, the players would get more out of getting 3 goals themselves and getting beaten by 25
Yep.
than only getting beaten by 20 and not scoring anything.
Yep.
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I
roundabout.
do know what you're saying. The thing is, it's what's
I'm going to put that out. If there's anyone watching us out
Definitely.
there today who'd like to make a comment on that, what would you rather do? Kick a couple of goals, get beaten by 25? Sacrifice.
well. Speaking of the goals, we just got to go to Georgia box there, Corey. Not to.
No, you're right.
Of course,
Your,
another
say
goal
there,
was
but
kicked
That was
by
Georgia
Cardiff.
and Ethan
They led
Davis,
89-0.
during your thoughts there. And look, to answer that question, you don't want to be indecisive as a commentator, but the problem I've got there is that I've got an answer when I'm wearing my coaching cap, and I've got a different answer as a player cap. But you asked me as a player, and then
Yes.
Then Cardiff secured another
Yes,
goal.
90 seconds to go to hit the triple figures, and makes me think of that very long-winded discussion I was having with you just before, Alex, actually. So the kick's drawn forward, and Peterson's taken a mark right in front of goal, 15 metres out, I would say. So the way she's been playing today, I'd say she'd have no trouble with that. She lines up, kicks truly. Goal umpire makes no movement whatsoever.
Another
and they
goal
hit the
scored
ton.
by the Cardiff
here.
Hawks.
So very, very heartbreaking for the Warners Bay Bulldogs girls. They haven't stopped trying.
Cardiff's
all day.
finals hopes
They've
of the
even matched the Cardiff
AFL
Hawks in a
Hunter
few
Central
areas
Coast
around the field.
alive.
And, to see 100 points kicked
But
on
also
in half a
their
game
finals
is,
dreams
would
alive
be
as
really
well.
tough to-
well, you know what's interesting, Corey? Just from memory,
They're
we've
playing
covered
for
them.
finals positions, both teams.
Now Cardiff was leading 96-0.
Look, I haven't,
Yeah.
but it's so close that let's say that it is.
Let's say that it is. One thing I was going to say for the quirky Bar TV stats, we've had 4 games here, and Cardiff have won all of them that we've broadcast. So they're going for a 5-0 bar TV record.
Yep.
And also, they certainly were.
Goal is kicked here by the Cardiff Hawks.
Then,
It's come off the boot of
there was
Lewis
another
on
goal
Martini,
that was
it?
kicked. Cardiff were now leading 102 to nil.
She's kicked that from a fair way out too. So that's a wonderful kick there. And they added another one to their expanding scoreline. I think is the only word I can
The long list of goal kickers, it just keeps growing and growing. And
her play, she's stood out like this, stands tall and strong.
Before leading
against any
103 to
opposition.
nil.
So today's been no exception. Cummings, kick to Smith. Quick hand pass, that's great. Lead up football here by the Cardiff Hawks. Great delivery in there, just a little bit shy of being able to take the mark.
Before Cardiff kicked one more goal.
Opportunity now.
There's the goal. I
Well
think that's
done.
Bannerman. Look at that. One of the top defenders in the league, Jessica Bannerman. The bounce was finally to the favour of one of Cardiff's forwards. Is she technically a forward? Well, for that moment, Corey, she was. She's got a goal to her name.
She is now. She's got a goal to her name. So, and let's just hope Gibbo leaves
109 to nil it was, turned to 111 to nil.
Martini, able to take that mark over Wellings. She launches it
There
forward.
had to be
towards
more
Peterson.
to come.
She's going to turn around.
Oh,
Oh,
well
Paris.
done,
Well,
Paris.
that just sums it up, doesn't it?
That
Even
was tremendous.
when they're up by 111 points, Paris did not back down.
Not at
And if the ball ends up in Warners Bay's hands,
The way the
you'd be
Warners
happy
Bay
for it.
girls, oh yeah, absolutely. And the way the Warners Bay girls actually pushed further down to quickly try and create the extra numbers down in the defensive line. When they realised it didn't work for them going forward, they've worked really hard. So that's really good work.
That's how it stayed though, as Cardiff's finals
that's the end of
dreams
the game, Corey.
are now
I know you're
alive,
gonna get ahead
with
of
Cardiff
yourself there.
securing
I
a
know you do
111 to nil win over Warners Bay.
Cardiff Hawks,
Give them one more quarter, can we?
15-21, 111 point win. Now that I've read that score, well done to the Cardiff Hawks. Who
In the other games of the men's competition, Terrigal Avoca defeated Newcastle City, while Kalani Vale hammered Singleton. While in the other two matches of the women's, Kalani Vale defeated Singleton and Newcastle City defeated Terrigal Avoca. In the Hunters NPL competition and in the men, a stoppage time goal from Vince Uni has kept Newcastle Olympic in the top 5 and helped Maitland take control at the top after a catch-up round packed with late drama. Olympic drew 1-1 with the Lambton Jaffers on Sunday at Darling Street Oval after Uni struck in the 93rd minute, following a great run and balling from fellow substitute Chan Yolkin. The Jaffers led in the 65th minute with a header from Reece Pappas off a corner, and they looked set to join Maitland at the top on 36 points after 17 games each. The late leveller left them third on 34, still behind Broadmeadow, who fell 3-2 to Maitland on Saturday. Meanwhile, Lake Macquarie's match with Cooks Hill was washed out. In the Women's Premier League, and Maitland has edged closer to the top 4 with a 1-0 win over Mid Coast on Sunday in a catch-up game. Lisa Cochrane scored with a header off a corner in the 23rd minute to help the 5th placed Magpies rise to 28 points, just two behind the 4th placed Newcastle Olympic, who have a game in hand on Maitland in the race for final spot. Maitland finished the regular season with games ahead 6th place Adamstown, leaders Warners Bay, and Boldenside near Lambton. The Magpies have won their previous encounters with 7th place Mid Coast 4-0 and 4-1 this year, but they proved a much tougher challenge this on Sunday. The match was Maitland's third in 8 days after a 2-1 loss in third place to third place Charlestown Missouri and a 13-1 win over Near Lambton. Meanwhile, also on Sunday, Adamstown downed Near Lambton 7-0 in their catch-up. And of course, Ellen Hughes bagged 4 goals in the first half and Kimmy Trappett 3 in the second. Emily Ridgway scored Near Lambton's goal. Cliff diving and Lake Macquarie's Rhiannon Ifland has continued her dominance, winning the 4th stop of the 2022 Cliff Diving World Series in Norway. Diving from a record-breaking 30-metre long platform on the roof of the Oslo Opera House, Ifland edged Canada's Molly Carlson to take victory. To netball, and it's been described as a proud day for the club by South's coach Tracy Van Dow. The Lions claimed minor premierships across all 3 grades in Newcastle's netball Greater Bank Series following last round results at National Park on Saturday. Finishing top of the table in first grade, Opens and under 23s also saw Souths regain the club championship they collected in 2020, which marked the maiden year of the modified format. In terms of the main competition, Souths prevailed 66-46 over the third place Nova Thunder in what was a rescheduled round to earlier this season to see the Lions remain to clear the upcoming major semi-final opponents, University. They led by 4 goals at half-time before dominating the last 2 quarters. Uni accounted for Junction Stella 53-31 on Saturday, and also the West League's Balance beat BNC QWH Wanu 61-35, while the Inner Glow won the battle for 6th spot by defeating the Katawa South Newcastle City Tigers 49-39. This weekend's minor semi-final pits Nova up against 4th placed West. The basketball and the Newcastle Falcons will stage the NBL East men's and women's playoff games at the Newcastle Basketball Stadium next Saturday night after a dramatic final round of the regular season at the weekend left both teams in third position. An 80-63 victory over the North Bears in Newcastle on Saturday night and a 64-61 loss in the to Sutherland Sharks at Sutherland on Sunday left the Falcons women in third. However, the Falcons men were good, winning both games, both home and away.
The little fellas, Jai Smith walks on the court, makes his basket. Nice move.
That was nice.
Nice move.
Another three.
Another three.
And what a way to the end of the game. Doricott nails a long three.
Well done to Newcastle. They were impressive.
They were.
Very impressive.
And they needed a game like this to...
He needs someone, and it will be Callum Norris coming the other way. Mitchell, gets through and count it. He'll go to the line for an extra one. He has a chance for the three. Winstanley now, and back out to Gerlach. He'll go to work. Finds Norris. He's not afraid, and buries it.
Going to need a few more of these at the Southern.
Falcons will come the other way. Oh! Jay Sean Smith with authority. This is a Newcastle Falcons will take this one out, and especially if that happens, it's a steal, and Smith drops it home.
Or Josh Sheehy.
One of it. Sheehy, Apolloni. Doesn't get this one to go. Well, the shot clock was running out as it was a 14-second shot clock, so they had to put something up.
North with the double.
I love North's intensity here, but I would have liked to see this in the third quarter.
Penetration, kicking for three.
Big shot.
Also have an opportunity to rack up a quick scores. There we go.
There it is.
But they've got to get stops.
Yeah, got to get stops.
It's difficult. You see Mungo rise off.
I know.
You just see, that intensity. You just... no snorting, remember? Great pass by McGinniskin.
Ginniskin.
I got it. Evans. Can't convert in those two attempts.
Ooh,
And
nice
Evans
look.
stops down another three. Just North doing a little bit of a run there to finish the game. Taking a 17-point contest. In the end, 80 points to 63.
Canusis in possession, and Nicholson guarded by McGinniston. They're throwing all kinds of defenders at Lauren Nicholson here. Tahira for three, and buries it. Johnson. McGinniston. Through it. Gets to go. 1 point game. And Tahira can inbound it, and Munga gets the steal. Fires it for three. It's short. And the Sharks will escape with a 64-61 victory.
Also, the Maitland Mustangs are also into the finals after the men won both of their games onto the weekend.
This game's probably closer than it should be, Butch.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cranston Lowndes, there should be more of that. He can do that all night. Edwards hunting for something here. Kicks it out, finds Parsons. Can he hit it? Cannot, but big on the boards is Sharif Watson. Let's see what Manly's got. Under a minute to go. They're looking for Fawcett. Bang! Got it. 20 seconds remaining. Milburn holding out. And that'll be the end of the game. There's two shots. They're in the bonus.
Josh Clifford's a long-time Maitland player. I don't know how many games, how many years he's been here. Always professional, always plays tough. Reminds me a lot of a player that used to play for the Illawarra Hawks, Dean McDonald.
Yes.
One of my teammates. Just defense, pure energy.
He missed them both.
Or Dean would have made his.
Great trap from a lot of contact, and that's his fifth. He's gone. Out of the game.
Left in the game, Dougie. 96-77. The Maitland Mustangs. Time is running out. Matt Gray makes the first. And he makes the second.
That's how we do it, big man. Gardner.
It's going up.
Yeah, absolutely. Great D from Cranston Lown. He was there. And the steal from Watson is just checked back in. Travel.
couldn't get control of that one.
Slow down, big fella. Yeah, he just could not control that one. It's not over.
Double team, but he splits it and pulls up. Great boards, Matt Gray again. Wow. 13 rebounds, 21 points. What's he going to do here? I'd go right at him. Unlucky. Dopa trying to back off with his 4 fouls. Doesn't want to foul out of this game. Oh.
How does he do it?
41 for Kiwi Gardner. James Hunter, that's just too easy, and that's the 100 points for the Mustangs.
The double team was too late on that one. And Hunter gets the easy 2.
Dopard short on the shot. Gets the rebound and goes up again. Cannot connect. And Watson, another rebound.
Another rebound.
Straight at him, James Hunter. Dopard with the 4 fouls. The deep hook, and there is Sharif Watson unable to finish, but the steal by Edwards. Smart to pull it back out. Cranston Lown, but another rebound for Sharif. He is everywhere. Takes the step back 3, it won't go. He's working hard. Timeout, Mustangs.
Now, I think Coach Boyle just wants to make sure that they run some structure and finish this thing up. What a great game by Hunter.
He's got 22 points. To go with his 7 boards, and Kiwi Gardner with an explosion, 43 points.
What percentage is he shooting tonight?
He is shooting 15 of 30. That's excellent shooting for a little man.
That sure is.
9 of 19 from downtown. I would take that any day of the week.
Oh, he's an exciting player to watch.
Problem for Illawarra, he's had to do it all his own pretty much. No Tim Conrad here tonight for the Hawks.
Their next best score is on 12 points. That's Morris.
And they were all early in the game. He had 4 threes off kickouts. Hasn't been able to get it to go off the dribble.
You know what, Doogie? I bet Gardner's going to shoot this one again.
He's gone for 50?
Why not? Oh, my.
Good recovery from Cranston Lown. Gardner wanting the foul call, but it doesn't come. Holding my breath there as Maitland almost turned it over. Sensible. Reset. Nice. Turn the corner. Milburn gets left open. Drops it off for Hunter.
Very
Beautiful.
unselfish. Very unselfish play.
And Milburn gets back for the steal. Gardner lets him straight through. No call. Wow.
Call a charge, call a block, call something.
That was a lot of contact for no call.
Yeah.
Philip Dopard checking in. And they're pulling Kiwi Gardner. Up goes the white flag. I think Gardner wanted 50.
Yeah, he worked hard tonight. 43 points for Gardner.
It's a big game. Another trap here from Maitland. Oh, Massimino unable to connect. But the juggling act from Riley Crystal before he gets the 2 to go. And here comes fan favorite Billy Parsons back into the game. Sharif Watson off the back pick. Finds Hunter, who bangs inside. Unable to connect that time. Missed dunk from Foy wants the call. He's at the referees. Cranston Lown dancing and gets the roll.
Exciting finish to this game.
Rejected by Gray. Sharif Watson with a left-handed tomahawk.
Showtime. Showtime Watson. 19 seconds left in the match. Let's just finish it up, guys. No one get
A
hurt.
steal from Matt Gray. And that'll do it all.
Yeah. He'll dribble out the clock.
Excellent
now.
play from the Maitland Mustangs tonight. And that's the Mustangs up into second position in the NBL 1 ladder.
What a great game of basketball. What a great weekend of basketball.
To ice hockey, and the Newcastle North Stars have named a grandstand after Don Champagne to honour one of the club's most influential figures. In a moving tribute at the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on Sunday, North Stars general manager, the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium owner, and Champagne's longtime friend Gary Doré said, "We always wanted to keep him in our hearts and give him the recognition he deserves." Champagne, a premiership-winning coach on 4 occasions with the North Stars, died recently, aged 72. Meanwhile, club members gathered together for his funeral last week. Meanwhile, the North Stars made their last home appearance at the Warners Bay venue last night, defeating the Brisbane Lightning in an exhibition game, 4 points to 3. And of course, Francis Drolet iced the result late to bag a winner. Still on hockey, and Norths have taken yet another step towards claiming the men's Hunter Coast Premier Hockey League minor premiership ahead of this weekend's top-of-the-table clash. The Blues, with half a dozen regular players missing, beated Maitland 3-2 at Newcastle's International Hockey Centre on Sunday and moved 4 clear of second-place Gosford. Meanwhile, 2 rounds remain in the regular season, including a battle between the competition heavyweights. Norths only need a draw to seal first spot, while a loss will leave the title race open until at least August 28. The Blues visit Maitland in the last round, while Gosford hosts West. Meanwhile, in terms of for and against records, Norths sit slightly ahead of the Magpies, who had the weekend off but thumped University in a midweek catch-up game on Thursday night. Meanwhile, the Blues were minus the likes of Quentin Posey, Jordan Willett, Matt Walk and Theo Gruchka at Broadmeadow on Sunday, but managed to edge out favourites 4th place Maitland. Sam Lyles opened North's account in the second minute before Ryan Lane equalised for the Rams just prior to quarter time. Meanwhile, Roy Walker's double either side of the main break gave the Blues a 3-1 advantage before Maitland captain coach Matt McGann reduced the margin to 1. Uni enjoyed their second win of the 2022 by defeating West 4-2 at the Newcastle International Hockey Centre on Sunday. Still in the AFL, Hunter Central Coast and Killarney Vale have claimed their first minor premiership in more than 2 decades after recording a massive 179-point win over Singleton on Saturday. The Bombers officially sewed up the regular season gong on home turf. Meanwhile, Kalani Vale play fellow battlers Maitland in their last regular season match next weekend. In other games, Turgle Avoca beat Newcastle City, while Cardiff held off a fast-finishing Warners Bay to claim a win that secured them third place on the ladder. Meanwhile, in the Women's Cup competition, Newcastle City will likely be celebrating winning the minor premiership after smashing Turgle Avoca. City are 2 wins clear of Cardiff with 1 round left to play, but there are some outstanding fixtures, although these are unlikely to be played. Cardiff kept Warners Bay scoreless, while Kalani Vale defeated Singleton. Meanwhile, City, Cardiff, Terrigal and Kalani Vale make up the top 4 for the finals. After the break, your local sport for the rest of northern New South Wales.
I'm going to buy that.
Into big business now, are we?
Nope, I'm quite happy with the small business I own, Louise.
Who are you banking with now, Bob?
Newcastle Permanent.
No, I mean your company banking.
Yeah, we're with the firm.
Didn't know they did business banking.
Well, they have done for quite some time now, Dad.
Oh, good move.
That's mine. Thank you.
Your business is in good hands with Newcastle Permanent.
They're our building society.
Wake up in the morning, gotta get... Because the Herald is the best way to start your day.
Still in the NBL 1 East and the finals hopes and of course the dreams of the Central Coast Crusaders is over after they were eliminated in both the men's and women's competition. And of course in the men they were hammered by the Inner West Bulls, while in the women the Crusaders were edged out by the Bulls as well. To round 17 of the Central Coast Rugby Union, and it's not too long before the finals kick off. And because of it, Carry On defeated the Red Devils 78-19, while Lakes were too strong for Avoca Beach 31-25. Also, the Razorbacks defeated Warnervale 25-22. To round 14 of the Central Coast Division Rugby League, which of course is the last round, and Woy secured a victory over Berkeley Vale 46-12. Meanwhile, the Erina Eagles are through to the major semi-final after defeating Toukley with a 14-10 win. Meanwhile, Terrigal is also through to the finals after defeating Kincumber 16-10. Meanwhile, the Wyong Roos are also through to the finals after they edged out the entrants 18-10. To the first week of the Group 2 Rugby League finals, the Grafton Goats have secured a win over the Maxville Sea Eagles, while in the qualifying semi-final, the Wagorga Seahorses have defeated South Grafton 34-30. To round 13 of Group 3 Rugby League, and the Port City Breakers have secured a win over the Wauchope Blues, 30 points to 16. Meanwhile, the Port Macquarie Sharks have secured a win over the Tarwee City Bulls. Meanwhile, the Wingham Tigers have beaten the Macleay Valley Mustangs 29-24, while the Old Bar Beach Pirates were too strong for the Foster Tuncurry Hawks 24-18. To round 17 of the AFL North Coast, and in the men's, the Coast Breakers have secured a win over Port Macquarie, while Grafton secured a victory over the Northern Beaches. To the women, and Coffs have secured a win over Port Macquarie, while the Northern Beaches have secured a win over the Grafton Tigers. To the first week of the Group 19 Rugby League finals, and Moree have secured a win over Tinger 36-18, while in the other one, the major semi-final, the Narwhal Eagles are the first ones through to the grand final after a huge victory over Inverell. There was only one game in the AFL Northwest men's competition, and Inverell secured a win over Gunnedah, while the matches between Moree and the New England Nomads, as well as the Tamworth Kangaroos and the Swans, were called off. It was a bit different for the women, though. The match between the Tamworth Kangaroos and the Tamworth Swans was cancelled, but the match between Gunnedah and Inverell went on, as Gunnedah defeated Inverell with a 25-22 win. The Central North Rugby Union and Gunnedah has secured a win over Walker 46-17, while Inverell has taken down Scone 36-0. And of course, in the other games, Corindi has secured a victory over Moree. To the first week of the NSW finals, and Northern United have secured a 22-14 win over the Tweed Coast Raiders, while the Mullumbimby Giants have secured a 21-20 win over the Kyogle Turkeys. Elsewhere, the Balloonball Jets have secured a 20-10 win over Cudgeon, while the Murwillumbah Mustangs have secured a 30-14 win over the Ballina Seagulls. Also, Byron Bay managed to secure a 32-30 win over Evans Head. Let's go back to rugby league in the Hunter Valley before we go, and of course, in the Group 21 competition, Scone has secured a victory over Denman 34-10, while Greater Brankston took down Muswellbrook 52-10. Also, Aberdeen secured the biggest upset by securing a win over Singleton 28-12. Of course, that's about it for NBN's local sports news for this Monday. From all of us here, good night.